Hey, it's Kayla, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this SFX stitch face makeup look. I'm not sure if anybody is specifically looking for this, but if you are, here is my new attempt at my stitch makeup. This is not a cute glam look. I'm getting my hair out of my face. I have glued down my brows, and I have a stud, and I took my septum out, and I have an eyebrow bar. So I'm attempting to cover these up. I know it's not perfect. This one you might not see, and then this one will be covered in coagulated blood. So, let's get started. I'm nervous. I put this off by a little bit today. I should have started already. Starting off, I'm scared. You already knew that. So I'm thinking that we use this in wax. Ignore my lighting. I changed the settings. I got this on Amazon a while back. It comes with like a little tool. I also have like a tray here that I was supposed to use for this, but I made a mess, so I probably will not be using that for it. This is Mehron Sin Wax. At least this is mine. It's very hard to work with. So what I'm going to do is I have Vaseline right here. I'm going to use the clean end of this. I'm going to pop a bunch of Vaseline out. Actually, let me clean this off really quick. Okay, so I'm going to take a bunch of Vaseline. We're going to put that right on here. I'm a little out of practice, so don't judge me too harsh. So I'm going to just start by cleaning this off. I'm going to just get a bunch of the Sin Wax out, because this is going to take me a minute to break free. I don't like that. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my lighting setup recently. I don't know what I'm doing here with my camera. I didn't even know it could do that. So I'm just going to scrape this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I took a break and I ate my dinner quick. So I have my ball of softened Sin Wax. This is Mehron Sin Wax. This is going to be a little tough, but it's not going to be like rock hard like it was before. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start... I don't know why I showed you. So I have this ready, but I'm going to go in with white paint quick, and I'm going to outline what I want to do. So I'm going to take Mehron's Cream Blend Stick. I know it's more of like a paint-on type of one, but I like to use it just because it's easier to draw my lines. So I'm going to take my detail brush here, and I'm just going to start to outline very carefully. I'm very nervous. I put this off for a while. This part makes me more nervous, but I feel better that I covered it with the paper towel. So here's the outline. And then I'm going to go in really quick with foundation. For foundation, I'm going in with Maybelline Fit Me's Matte and Poreless. And we're just going to go around the white outlines. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the Vaseline and put it on my fingers. And we're going to go in now. I just kind of lost a little bit of the line work, but that's okay. This is also a different shade. Won't even notice when we're done here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Sin Wax here. And we're going to start to roll it out. I usually like to roll it out into like these thin little log-like pieces. That way it gives me more control over it. Just trying to make sure that I don't split it. Because this is a little bit too... This might be good for the mouth, actually. I'm going to do that last, though. So I'm just trying to carefully work the Sin Wax. This takes a bunch of practice. The first time I did this, I was not anywhere near to just do this on the first try. Okay, now that we've got our little log, I'm just going to... It still looks a little bit, but we can thin it out if we need to. I'm going to go here and start to press it onto my face. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. It just kind of depends. I'm going to bend it down like this. I think it's a little too high up for me. I don't like how high up that is. Like that would be a little better. And then I usually don't do this, but I'm going to take these scissors because I have them a mess. I had to cut some of the latex off the top of the bowl. And I'm going to do right there. Perfect. I think I have enough maybe to do the next one. I'm going to push it outward more like this just because I want to keep it away from my eye. So, kind of awkward a little bit. And I should have enough to do the next one here. I'm just really nervous about the eyebrow bar part. The best thing about this one is it doesn't have to be perfect because ideally this part is like your eyelid being stretched up, and it's not going to be perfect when that happens, obviously. So there we go. I love how easy that was. Okay. Maybe trim this one. I might trim this one a teeny tiny bit. No, I've never used scissors for this before. I think usually I just twisted the piece off that's on the floor. But that's a lot easier. Okay. Next we're gonna go for the nose. I'm not gonna use, I'm gonna re-roll. And I think I have too much clay, or too much wax. So don't worry about it if you don't have a lot out right now. I just like to work a little bit extra, that way I don't have to play with it later. I'm just like working it up like this. It takes a minute, but it seems to be working, and it seems to not be like overly sticking to my fingers today. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, in case I've not shown it, here is the picture that we are going to be trying to recreate. It's like literally my favorite look I think I've ever done, special effects wise. Like fake blood, I'm not talking like skeleton or anything. But I don't think it's gonna hit the same without my colored hair. It's just a little bit tricky. I haven't worked with this in a while, so you're gonna have to bear with me while I readjust. A little scary, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna do the inner part right here. Keep getting nervous that I'm gonna like catch myself with the scissors. So before I do my mouth, I want to keep talking to do the tutorial. So I'm gonna do the upper part first here. I'm just gonna take, you gotta bear with me because I'm a little out of practice. I'm gonna take the Vaseline on my fingers here, and I'm just gonna start to blend it out. You wanna like pull the outer edge in, if that makes sense. Think of it as like the inner and outer. You wanna like smooth out the outer part. That way you want to blend it into your skin. I don't know if I could get closer, but this is going to take me a minute here. So I'm just going to keep going. And then I will check back in a minute here when I have the two triangles all blended in at the top. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to take half of this. And I'm going to make another cylinder here. I'm going to do the two sides of my mouth separate, so we're just going to pinch it here and then here. Just going to go in the same way. I might make this one a little bit bigger. Don't go so thin with these pieces, because we're going to really need to blend this out. Just going to push that down a little bit. We're trusting the process, because this might look a little scary. I'm going to pinch. I'm just going to tear this. Get some Vaseline. And start blending. A little close to my mouth for comfort here. Go slightly underneath my mouth. Like I said, I'm out of practice here, so I'm not exact the way it used to be. I just gotta try to do the same shape on the other side when I do it. This is just the hardest part because there's not so much like grip. Like when you're smoothing the pieces out. We'll deal with the center part after. But I'm just going to keep blending. Remember, we're going to keep the inside part here. We want that poking up, and the rest will be blended into the skin. This is going to take me a little bit here, so I'm just going to play around with this, and then I will be right back again. Okay, so I'm like slightly a hypocrite, because this is kind of following the line work. I went back in with my tool, lots of Vaseline, and then you just start bending. My tool's bent. You just start smoothing it out like so, and just taking your time, and then I pinch these up. That way we have somewhere to go through with the needle, because we're going to sew this, stitch mouth, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so change of plans. I don't particularly care for how the latex, or the wax looks. And all I could keep thinking about is how last time I did it, it wouldn't let me stitch it through, and it was peeling, and it's like this like very clownish looking on the bend. I'm going to take Maximum Impact's liquid latex. I'm just going to build a mouth really quick. I'm going to take half of my makeup sponge here, and I'm just going to try to freehand it, honestly. First, I'm going to just use this to do a base of roughly where I want it to go. Just going to let that dry super quick. Okay, now that we have the latex down, I'm going to go in. It's sticking to my mouth. We're going to ignore that. I'm going to go in with a Q-tip, and we're just going to start going at it for this mouth, for the lines. I'm just going to start by drawing. I'm just freehanding this one. Okay, so I double-checked my own tutorial, and I'm still doing it wrong. I'm happier with these, because I didn't like how much they turned out as much in this in the original look. But that's gonna bother me. But now I'm going to take the Q-tip again, and we're just gonna keep building the layers up like so. I should have blended this out better though right here. You don't want it to be super like thick, because then it isn't gonna look more realistic. Just gonna keep building up the latex here though until we have enough that we're able to sew through it. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna like add another layer or two. But while those are drying, I'm gonna go in here and I'm just gonna go over the wax, because I just want to make sure it's more set, because it's very soft right now. And to be able to sew through it, I want to make sure it's all set and like stiffer. Just be careful using the latex by your eyes. And if you're doing this and you're like, oh my god, I'm doing it wrong, like I don't want to add latex, or I want to add latex, or I want to do something different. There's no rules, so whatever works best for you. That way you're able to work with it. Like this works best for me, so I'm able to have a better grip on it, and like it doesn't move as much when I'm trying to sew through it. At least when I used to do it, that's how it worked. I had the makeup police in my comments when I first did this, and they were telling me like, you don't need to do that. It's like, okay, well that's what works for me, so do whatever works for you when it comes to technique. So now I'm just gonna let these dry for a little bit. I'm gonna rebuild up the mouth higher, and then I'll be right back. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. Okay, so now that I've got this going on, we are going to... I don't really want to play around color correcting. I'm gonna go in really quick, add the extra foundation to cover up the mouth part. Just going right over it. And I know it doesn't match my skin tone, but it's gonna be okay, because we're gonna hide it. The top part I'm not so worried about. I just was not feeling very confident with the mouth on the bottom, because the pieces like overlap, like, and it doesn't look like a mouth. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just looks very clownish because I did it before in a video and I had to totally redo it. I'm just gonna go back and add a little bit more contour and bronzer. For mine, I used Rare Beauty's bronzer stick. And then I used Hard Candy's highlight and contour stick for the contour. Next, we're gonna start with the mouth. I'm just gonna start peeling the tiniest. This part is gonna be an issue. I have I believe it's a crochet needle, so it's a thicker end. It's not as sharp. It can still poke you though. I'm just gonna start lifting the mouth up a teeny tiny bit. I'm just gonna, because I kind of connected it on accident to the base. So we're just gonna pull up, and when it's not touching my face, I'm gonna cut it. Like that. There we have this skin pieces. Like that. Same here. think I'm going to go over lightly with a setting powder. I'm looking a bit greasy, so I'm going to go in with Maybelline Fit Me's pressed powder, just to control this a little bit. Help setting the sin wax as well. I'm so surprised how well this worked. For my nose, for my piercings. I'm so excited because I was so nervous that wasn't going to work. If you haven't already, like me, you're going to put away any extra sin wax that may be out. Right back into the container, make sure it fits, put the lid back on, and then it'll be all set for the next time you need it. Don't leave it open. Also close your latex. The latex is closed. Just tightening it. I'm going to paint the red in now. At least around my mouth part. I'm going to go in with You Can Be Makeup's Athena palette. And I'm just going to see... This is pink, isn't it? Oh, it's red. Just to get a base down. It looks pink to me. I think there's just colors mixed in. Maybe. Just gotta be careful if you're lifting any pieces up because you don't want to, like, pull one and it rips everything up. This looks very neon, but I'm gonna go over it with coagulated, but it's not as bad in person. I feel like the camera... Well, maybe it is a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. If I back up, it looks different. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. I have a whole pack here I forgot that I got, so I'm gonna go in with one of the smaller ones. I'm thinking this one. Now, if you are underage or if you're younger and you don't use needles, you've never used a needle in your life, do not attempt this without an adult supervision. Get an adult to help you or ask for like a crochet needle. Do not use one of these. You can hurt yourself a lot. They also sell plastic crochet needles that you could try this with. Especially recommend trying it with the latex one. If I can pin it, I'm not sure if it's on here or TikTok, but I have a video where I did a tutorial on how to do the original ones. Okay, took me a second. I struggled a little bit. I cannot see for the life of me. I'm gonna do the upper part here first, I think. Should get a little closer, actually, hold on. And I just have a regular thing of thread from Walmart. Nothing crazy. Okay, here goes. And I really thought I made these tall enough so I wouldn't have any issues with the thread. Go through one here, and then I'm gonna keep going here. Double, ooh. Just gonna hold on to it. Ah. Do you see the vision? And now we go and do another one of those X's. The hardest part is that it's getting sticky now. The thread. I'm just gonna zigzag it instead of trying to do the X. I think I'm gonna play it safe. I am just gonna cut this and tuck the rest of the thread that I want to go there. little short, but that's okay. Not bad. Could be a lot worse. I think my last sew job was a lot better, but I'm more focused on the mouth than the eye. I'm just gonna go with the thread that I have left, and we're gonna see what we can get done. I'm having a struggle. I think I'm just gonna leave that there because it's really bugging me. Ugh, I don't know if that was a good idea to sew that. I'm gonna try to do the nose now. I'm just having a lot of trouble with this needle getting sticky. Well, we pulled it through all the way, but hold on. I might not be able to save the nose, but I might be able to save the eyes and the mouth. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna leave that like here, and I'm gonna go down now. I'm gonna try to do like a crisscross design. So it stopped recording. I keep getting full on storage. But yeah, like I said before, I'm fighting the urge to just quit this because I'm not happy with it. I don't like how I don't like the whole thing, really. I'm gonna try to see it through, though. I still don't know what to do about the nose. I'm gonna try one more time. I just took it off, it's not working. So I'm just gonna put some foundation on top. But we're gonna call it a night, because I don't think it's gonna be any better than this. Obviously I have to go in with the fake blood still. But I mean, like, face-wise, I am struggling. This is just an example of how it does not always go to plan when you're like doing a planned look. Now here's the fun part. So we're gonna go in with Mayron coagulated blood. I don't like to use the brush usually, so I take that out. So I'm actually gonna take this tool and I'm gonna wipe it off. And I'm going to use it to get some fake blood out of here. Again, this is Mayron's coagulated blood. Ignore the fuzzy. I don't even know where that came from. And then I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it on here, on this little palette that I have. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of water on it. And then we're going to take this brush that I just cleaned off. We're going to start painting. It's going to be very messy. Trying to get in between. Like so. We're just going to do the same thing on this side. And do the same on the mouth. gonna take a tiny dot here and here. We're just gonna play around with it. I'm gonna add some water on the palette. And then I'm just gonna take the wet brush here and we're just gonna make a mess. Pretty much. Now I'm just gonna try to splatter it. I don't know if this is gonna work. I've never done this before. I think it's too thick. And then I think I'm gonna get some purple and go in here and fix it, but I need to clean up really quick because I'm a mess. The other end of this tool from the palette, the Can Be Makeup palette, put it on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna lightly mess up the blood, apparently. Should I take the blood and go down, maybe? This looks rough, I'll be honest, I admit. But I'm gonna take a Q-tip. I'm gonna take a paper clip now. I need two, maybe. Maybe we could just use one. Okay, so here's the final look. I'm not really sure how to explain how we got here. Painted my lips, used a lot of the fake blood. I did it dripped wet, but now it's dry. Splattered my nose a little bit. Just went down the sides. I took e.l.f.'s. It's the Cookies and Dreams. It's their No Budge eyeshadow stick. It's like almost empty. I have like this much left to do my under eyes for my lines. And then I took paper clips and I just wedged them in here very carefully. They are not, again, nothing is my face. Nothing is through my face. Okay, all special effects makeup. But I think this is the final look. I'd be lying if I said like, I'm so happy with it. It's okay. I'm just not, I was hoping for more of like this one. So I'll revisit in a little bit when I have more time. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below for more Halloween content from me this spooky season. I'm going to be doing some more baking, makeup, and gaming videos. I'm not sure how many more are left, but don't forget to check out my playlist above if you want to check out my past videos for my 31 Days of Halloween. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.